Well, good morning, and welcome back to our pilgrimage together through this summer. Today marks day 9 here at the Institute for Priestly Formation, as well as the 4th full day of the seminarians' 8-day silent retreat. So the seminarians are almost halfway through the retreat. It's been a great retreat so far, and as the men enter into day 4 of the silent retreat today, just a real encouragement and invitation for us to continue to pray for the seminarians, pray for the spiritual directors, that God might continue to bless them with the graces that they need to be receptive in every place of their heart. At tonight's conference, we'll continue just to encourage the men to bring everything into the light, to share everything in their heart with the Lord, especially any places of their heart that you might say most need God's presence. Every one of us, whether we are a seminarian or a layperson at Christ the Redeemer, every one of us is in need of a deep communion with God. And so you might say, if you were at IPF this summer with me, we'd invite you to do the same thing, to continue to bring everything into the light. And where there is a need for healing, to trust that God desires to bring that healing. Throughout the summer, we've returned to the program for priestly formation, which is, you might say, the Bible for seminary formation. And in the PPF, the program for priestly formation, it says that spiritual formation is really what ties all of seminary formation together. And when the church defines spiritual formation, she says that spiritual formation is teaching the seminarians how to live in intimate and unceasing communion with God. And of course, that's not just for the priest. That's not just for the seminarian. That's for you and I. That's for every person. We're all called to live in a deep communion with God. We certainly see that in John chapter 15, where Jesus encourages us to abide in him. For apart from him, we can do nothing. So we know we're called by God to live in communion. However, we all are very aware of our tendencies to not do that, either out of self-sufficiency and living life kind of independent from the Lord, or whether it's just the busyness of life, or whether it is places in our hearts that out of fear or pain or just self-protection, like unknowingly resist communion with God because, look, we're afraid of what God might say if he went there in our heart, or we're afraid of what we might find if we go there. I think we all have places in our life that need healing. Memories from the past, things that have happened to us, things that we've done, things that have been done to us, chapters or seasons of our life where we're most ashamed, or sins that we've committed that still grip us with accusation. Whatever it is, a lot of us probably are already aware of areas in our life that need healing. If we don't know what those areas are, just ask the Lord. He'll show you, because he desires communion with you there more than anything else. And if you are aware of the areas of your life that need healing, just really the first step is just to take a big breath and just not put any pressure on yourself, and just trust that God's the one who's gonna show it to you, and then the Lord's the one who desires it more than anything else. What is healing? Is it magic? Is it a certain formula of prayer? No. Healing is essentially just communion with the Lord, and none of us knows when that's going to happen or how that's going to happen. We just know that God desires to be in relationship with us. And so my encouragement to you is to know that God desires to be with you. God desires to be with you in all areas of your life. Where there's pain, God desires to be in relationship with you. Where there's isolation because of shame, God desires to be in relationship with you. Where there's an inner area of your life where you've been protecting yourself, God simply desires to be in communion, in relationship with you. And so if you were here at IPF this summer, we probably encourage you to pray with 2 passages today, and that will be your homework, and you can find those on the blog. 1 John chapter 4, 7 to 18. Again, that's 1 John chapter 4, 7 to 18. as well as Psalm 139, verses 1 to 16. And as you pray with those two passages, simply ask God to show you his desire to be with you, especially in any areas of your heart that are resisting that communion. Let's keep praying for the seminarians. Let's keep praying for the directors. Let's keep praying for each other. And may God bless you.